Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Oppenheimer. And this movie is directed by Christopher Nolan, and it stars Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Florence Pugh, and it's the latest film from Christopher Nolan. And unfortunately, I missed it while it was in theaters, and I just bought it and watched it for the first time, and I really loved it. And this movie is 3 hours long, and for the most part, I was with it. I loved the first hour of the movie. I loved the third hour of the movie. The second hour, I kind of felt like half an hour could have been removed because that's the point of the movie where I was starting to feel it drag. But most of it, I was with it, and that would be my biggest issue with the movie, is that it's too long, and there were some editing choices that were kind of choppy in conversations, like not throughout the entirety of the film, but in certain bits of the movie, there would just be too many cuts in a conversation, and I just wish that they didn't do that. And those are all my issues with the movie, and my positives are pretty much everything else. I love the music in the movie. The music is composed by, I have no idea how to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to put it right here. I thought the music was great, and I haven't seen too much of that he composed for. I know he did the music for Tenet, and I like the music in that movie. Here, it added a lot to the film, and it made it feel really big and broad, and like a cinematic experience in a way, because that's what Christopher Nolan is all about. He wants it big, epic, and I thought that it was really interesting, and I was fully into it, and the music definitely complemented the scenes that it was in. And it is playing throughout most of the movie, and it never really bothered me. It always helped me enjoy the scene. And I also love Cillian Murphy in this movie. I thought he was great as well. Pretty much everyone was great in it too, like Robert Downey Jr. While I'm watching him, I don't see Iron Man, I see a character. And I also like when this movie cuts from being in color to black and white, and like all of Christopher Nolan movies for the most part, it's cutting between timelines in the film. Like, he's always like messing with time in his films for the most part. Like, the only ones that don't really have it are like The Dark Knight and to some extent Inception. Like, it's in there a little bit, but it doesn't really drag down the movie or affect the film too much. It's just like a little bit, and that's about it. In terms of like the order of scenes is what I'm talking about. And in this movie, I feel as though it added to the film, and what characters are talking about in certain scenes is also taking place in other scenes. And it was almost like narration, except it was serving a different purpose because it was adding to other scenes that we would see later on in the film. And that I felt helped out the pacing, because if it was done chronologically, I felt as though the movie would have been a lot slower. And I also love what this movie explores, and I find the characters to be very interesting and entertaining, and I love the directions that the story goes down. And personally, I wasn't really familiar with Oppenheimer as a person. I didn't really learn much about him growing up, and so if you're looking for like me to talk about how accurate this movie was to the real life person, you're not gonna get that here, because I didn't really know much. And there were lots of really memorable scenes for me, and I was always with the characters, even when it was kind of dragging at certain points. I was with it, and the cover of the movie is basically one of the most memorable parts of the movie, because it's the only scene with action in it, and it really does build that up very well. And creating this bomb is always something that I was with, and it's an interesting story, and it was told pretty well, I thought, with great music, and it was well shot, and it was also kind of an attempt to be an art film, which I also didn't mind. And I can't really talk about those things because I don't want to spoil anything, even though it's not really a huge part of the movie because it's only a couple times in the film, and it's not during moments that are like really crucial to the plot of the movie. Like something, if I were to say it, then it would ruin the scene if you were to watch it. It's more or less, I just think it's better if you just see for yourself, and it's more just like something that characters are imagining, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And that's about all I have to say about Oppenheimer. It was great. I think it's one of Christopher Nolan's best movies. For me, I think it's probably his best movie since Inception. I don't know if many of you will agree with me on that or not, but I really enjoyed it. I was surprised that I was able to sit through a 3-hour political drama film, and it was a really good movie. And also, I should probably talk about which version I got on physical media. I got the Icon Edition. So for those who don't know, this is kind of a new thing at the time I'm recording this. There aren't many that are made at this point in time. And so here's the slipcover, and here's the cover art on the front. Here's the back. Here's the spine. And it's sealed together with magnets. So here's the inside. And I'll just open this up. And here we got, hold on one second. And the discs are like, you slide it out, and the discs are right, I think I showed it pretty well. So this is the Blu-ray disc. This is the special features disc right here. I'm not going to take it all out. And in this slot there's nothing, and this one is the 4K disc. Just so you can see that there's a disc a bit better. I don't know. And opened up, I'm going to show you the back. There you go. And for this Icon Edition, I love the artwork, but getting the discs out is kind of a pain because you kind of have to pull them out, and every time I do I get fingerprints on them. So yeah, if that's going to be a problem for you, then this won't be the version to get, but if you don't mind that, then sure, you can get it. There's also the standard editions and Steelbook, but that was just something I wanted to mention really quickly. But anyways, now that I've shown off all that, with all that being said, I'm going to give Oppenheimer an 8 out of 10. And with that, I've reviewed every single Christopher Nolan movie on my channel, and I will try to make a Christopher Nolan movie ranking at some point. There are some movies of his that I would like to revisit that I haven't seen in a while, like Insomnia and Inception I would like to revisit, same with Interstellar, Dunkirk as well, because there are certain films I haven't seen in a while, and I would like to revisit them, so that'll happen at some point. I would like to do that. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Oppenheimer, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Karate Kid Part 2. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.